The U.S. drug regulator revoked the voluntary action initiated status issued to Aurobindo Pharma's plant in Hyderabad. FDA withdrew the letter just days after it indicated no further regulatory action would be pursued at the facility. Darshan is here to lay out the implications, and Darshan, to my mind, this is an unprecedented development.
Yeah, so not even to your minds. I think I spoke to so many people, they've never heard. I spoke to some GMP experts.
So it's never happened?
It's never happened. Now the only explanation is that it could be an administrative error by the US FDA. So in most cases, I don't think it's Aurobindo's fault to, on Thursday or Wednesday to, come out with a note saying that, I think it was Wednesday, to say that, it's a VAI, because they received the communication from the US FDA. Now what happened over the weekend is that on Saturday, that the US FDA again came back with a letter to saying that, it was a mistake on our part, and the probe is still open. Now the stock had rallied 20% on the news of that, and a couple of upgrades came in. A lot of brokerages turned positive because they believed that the key overhang was gone. Now the key overhang is back again, because this means that in most cases the 20% that the gain will be given off. I don't want to speculate how much, but I'm just calculating if on a move it moved 20%, it probably will come back to the levels it was, because I think with 14 observations, I think most of the street was anticipating adverse actions. In fact, if you take a look at our our copies on Aurobindo Pharma on Unit 4, it clearly indicated that the 14 observations, some of them were very, very serious, and we also had written a copy on how Aurobindo's US plan is failing, because a lot of their plants are coming under the US FDA scanner. Now in this case itself, what the US FDA has said that now you go back again to the March 19th inspection. Whatever we said is null and void. So this plant is still under observation. We cannot speculate whether an OAI will come in, which means that the new approvals will not come in. A VAI means which they had announced means that approvals will start coming in. Voluntarily the company has to make some bit of changes, and the best case scenario is an NAI, which means it's a total clear, which the analysts are not anticipating. Now only time will say when it is. Usually the FDA takes 90 days post post inspection to come out with an observation, and in most cases, if it comes after 90 days, it means that the impact probably will be adverse. It's almost 120 days for Aurobindo. So and majority of the plants are under the scanner now. So whatever the news obviously is negative, it definitely will fall. And why is this important? It's the injectable plant, so they will be much more thorough with the investigation. 46 pending approvals, so 30% of the total business. Now I just also want to clarify, business does not get affected as of now. So whatever, even if they get an OAI, except for an import alert, even if they get a warning letter, OAI, NAI, VAI, whatever, the existing business does not get impacted. So they will be able to sell what it is. The only problem is that the newer approvals won't come in. So the future pipeline which everyone is betting on, that probably won't come in. So I think now today 100% the stock will correct, because they had rallied significantly. I don't know how much it will correct, but the news definitely not negative, not only for Auro but for the entire pharma sector now, because the trust obviously will be gone. Now people will blame either it was Auro's fault or US FDA's fault. That no one can speculate. But in case I believe it's an administrative issue by the US FDA. I don't think Auro will make up stuff saying that the US FDA told us. So I think now whenever any kind of inspection results come out, I think people obviously will be concerned while trading with pharma stocks.
Yeah, while trading with pharma stocks for sure. But you would probably believe that this is a one-off, right, Darshan? I mean, US FDA in its wisdom will not continue to make such mistakes, or never done it in the past.
It has never happened. So I think no one even knows why this happened. We are speculating that one of the analyst note, Investec came out with note saying that this could probably be an administrative issue. But no one knows what the truth is.
Yeah. That's true, but interesting. Thanks, Darshan. Just a quick 30-second perspective, Darshan. There is some news report on Sun Pharma as well, because it's a stock that could react. We do not have any confirmation, so let's not dwell too much on it. But if indeed the market takes cognizance of this report, positive for Sun Pharma?
Yeah, so I think there were two things. The headline was misleading. If you look at the headline, they're saying that they found issues with the listing norms. I think that is common with a lot of things. I think the most important, which the market probably will take it negatively, but the most important part is if you read through it, they are sources indicated that there was no misappropriation of the 42,000 crores. So that if that is true, then a big overhang goes on Sun Pharma. So that is extremely positive. And if in my judgment, I would read that part as positive rather than the listing, because the listing penalties and all, it happens for a lot of companies, and it's not a big, probably a small monetary fine will come in because of some disclosures that they didn't do. And SEBI does it a lot. A lot of companies are penalized because of non-disclosure norms. But I think the big overhang was this 42,000 crore if it happens.